to our members, to our board and staff, to our honored panelists, thank you for coming to Ogeechee Riverkeeper's annual meeting by Zoom this year. Hopefully next year we'll all be in person, hopefully by the side of the river, but we appreciate you taking the time to join our Zoom tonight. We are Ogeechee Riverkeeper, and our mission is to protect, preserve, and improve the water quality of the Ogeechee River Basin. Everything we do revolves around our mission, and we are 100% dedicated to carrying it out. Tonight, you'll hear about our accomplishments and some challenges we've had to face, some that'll be familiar to you in this weird time of the pandemic, and some that might be new as new pollution threats have popped up in our watershed in the last year. We appreciate you following our story, and we look forward to enjoying the panel discussion and follow up to the story of plastic with all of you. First, I want to introduce you to our newest board member, Dr. Sue Ebanks. Dr. Ebanks is a tenured associate professor at Savannah State University. Her field of study is marine and environmental science. Dr. Ebanks' interest and expertise make her a natural fit for our board. In her work at Savannah State, she mentors and nurtures the next generation of scientists. We are so grateful to have her on our board. Before she joined us, she was already working as a volunteer on water sampling and other projects. And as I say, just an absolutely natural addition to our board. We love having scientists on our board. And Dr. Ebanks is not only a scientist, but she's also a community leader, and obviously as a member of the Savannah State faculty. She represents, she's one of our two academics who have joined our board. Thank you. The other being Dr. Checo. I'm sad to say we have two board members cycling off this year. If only we could keep them, but our bylaws require us to have term limits. So this is the year that Kirsten Parent and Don Stack will be cycling off. With both of these folks, I'm not sure where to even start. They have both done so much for our organization and brought us into the future day, the current day where we are now, in such great shape, and have been absolutely stalwart and stellar volunteers. Kirsten Parent has served on the ORK board for 6 years. She's an event planner extraordinaire. And if you've attended one of our oyster roasts, you will know what I mean. She has a can-do attitude, stellar organizational skills, and great common sense. These factors have been essential to our success, and we will miss her very much as a board member. She also served as our board chair in 2018, and we appreciate everything she has done for us. I know she's not going anywhere, and you will always be able to see her at our events. You can guarantee it. Without Don Stack, there would be no Ogeechee Riverkeeper. He started the Ogeechee Riverkeeper with seed money he negotiated as part of a settlement with Claxton Poultry. And when Ogeechee Riverkeeper merged with Friends of the Ogeechee to form Ogeechee Riverkeeper, he was the leader in that effort. His fierce advocacy in the fight against King America Finishing led to a truly historic settlement against a terrible polluter. Don was our founding board chair, and after cycling off the board once, came back for another round. We are truly fortunate to have his continuing counsel, and we owe him a debt of gratitude so huge I can't even start to describe it. But thank you to you both. And again, we will be seeing Don again. He's not going anywhere. He's just going to have just a little more extra time after being able to cycle off as a member of our board. Thank you again. While I'm expressing gratitude, I want to thank everyone attending this virtual event tonight. We need each and every one of you. Please encourage your friends and neighbors to join us. It's our membership that is our strength, and without you, we would not be a success. When you donate to our organization, your money goes directly to our programs: advocacy, protection, prevention, education, community outreach, and your donations directly impact the health of the Ogeechee River. If you have a little extra at this time of year, our end of year drive is ongoing. We would very much appreciate a donation of any size. And of course, your membership dollars go directly into our operating fund as well. We are not all work and no play, though. We offer wonderful paddle trips and other fun activities for our members. If you haven't taken an Ogeechee Riverkeeper paddle trip, you really owe it to yourself. And speaking of fun, we have terrific raffle items on offer as part of our year-end fundraising effort. Please take a look at our raffle. It's really extraordinary this year. We thank all of our donors, Don Stack, Sale Savannah, Academy, Lock and Key, and RJ Pope. Giant thanks to everyone, and to everyone who has donated, and thanks in advance for those of you who are about to write a check. We appreciate you very much. Finally, this is my last annual meeting as board chair. I'll be staying on the board for another couple of years, but Vice Chair Clay Mobley will be stepping up as our board chair for the 2022 to 2024 term. I'm sorry that Clay is under the weather tonight, so I will be passing the gavel to him at our next board meeting. But he has the full confidence of board and staff, and we are really looking forward to working with him in his new role. We are thrilled to have Clay as our new chair. I'll be serving as vice chair in a transitional role for a short time. Finally, turning this program over to Riverkeeper Damon Mullis, just a few words about what it's been like to work with Damon in the last 3 years. He came to us at a time when our organization was struggling. He jumped in with both feet and took it away. I've been so thrilled to work with him. It's been wonderful to see him truly fill the demands of the role, which can really be daunting. On one day, you might be wearing a suit and being in the Capitol and working with the legislators there, but you have to keep, good boots in your truck because you might get a call on the way home from Atlanta that there's a pollution situation that needs to be checked out. He is ready for anything and has really come through for us, and we're thrilled to have him. His skillful leadership, confident adherence to our mission, and love for the river make him the success he is today. I'm so grateful. Damon, you make it look easy. Thank you, and take it away.
I have to unmute myself. Thank you, Ann, for those kind words. And thank you, everybody, for showing up. I know everybody's tired of Zoom and ready for things to get back to in-person meetings. But here we are, and thank you guys for coming. And because of your leadership, ORK is in a strong position and poised to take on whatever future challenges come our way. Thank you so much for your service as board chair. And I don't know how I would have got through those first few months without you, but we had to overcome a lot, and your institutional knowledge was just invaluable. Clay, thank you for stepping up and taking the chair position. I know you're sick tonight, but this is going to be recorded and you'll watch it after the fact. I'm excited to see what we can accomplish over the next 2 years together with the rest of the team. Very excited. Don and Kirsten, I started my notes tonight saying that you would be missed. And as Ann said, I quickly realized that although your terms as board members have ended, we know you're not going anywhere. Don founded the organization, has been involved ever since its beginning, and we will continue to rely on Don and his firm for sound legal advice for years to come. And Kirsten is entrenched in this organization in so many ways. She has already agreed to continue to provide her wonderful organizational and event planning skills. And so we're very excited to continue to rely on her for those. Thank you both for your service, and I'm comforted in knowing that you both will be involved in ORK's future. We thank you. Most importantly, I want to thank our members and supporters. We exist to elevate your concerns and advocate for the watershed we all love and cherish. We could not do our work without your support, whether it's financial or volunteer or spreading the word. We wouldn't exist without you. So thank you. Even with all the challenges that 2021 brought, we had a good year, very good year. I can proclaim with confidence this afternoon that the water resources of our basin are better protected because of what we all accomplished as a team this year. We defeated a gravel quarry proposed for the banks of the Ogeechee and Hancock County, and subsequently got the county commission to update their ordinances for our future applicants to assess the environmental and community impacts of any future proposals. to really add some protections to the community and the natural resources that we love up there. We stopped a regional landfill proposed near the river in Effingham County. This is the same regional landfill we defeated a year earlier in Screven County. We increased our efforts to monitor and assess the impacts of Milliken's longleaf plant. This is the facility that was responsible for the 2011 fish kill, the worst in Georgia's history. We launched our Protect the Vernon project to track and reduce bacterial and plastic pollution from entering our salt marsh and ocean through that river. And we launched an intern program, just to name some of our accomplishments in 2021. Looking into next year, we can see some challenges. Our biggest challenge and the one of most concern is Milliken's longleaf plant. I anticipate the Georgia EPD will issue a new permit sometime next year. Our hope is that they will take the concerns we expressed last year during the public comment period seriously and issue a permit that will protect the river and force the facility to comply and stop having permit violations. If the state fails to do that, we are prepared to use all tools at our disposal to protect the river and those that recreate on it from this facility. Another challenge is how to navigate fundraising and hold in-person events during a health pandemic that just seems to will not go away. But we also have a lot to look forward to next year, a lot. We recently received a $94,000 grant for the Protect the Vernon project. Part of that will help us install 2 new litter booms to keep plastic pollution out of the Vernon and surrounding marsh. We're also launching an annual research fellowship program next year to support graduate student research in the basin. But the most exciting thing, at least for me, is that we'll be adding 2 new staff positions next year. Very exciting. This will take us from a staff of 3 to 5. This will dramatically increase our capacity to impact and protect the watershed. One of these new positions will be an upper watershed representative. This person will be based at the top of the watershed and increase our presence and effectiveness to serve those communities. If you have any questions about anything I just said or anything else, please put them in the chat. We will have time for question and answers before the panel discussion. Now I'd like to introduce Megan Gerard, our Administrative and Communication Director, to announce the winners of our 2nd annual photo contest. Megan.
Hey there. Can you see me? Okay. Yes, this is our annual photography contest, which we started last year, and this year we had dozens more entries, and they all were wonderful showcase of the beauty of our watershed. So I want to encourage everyone when you're out and about to keep the camera with you and take photos so that when you're outside, you can keep that photo and then enter it at the end of each year. I also want to thank our guest judge, Parker Stewart. Parker is a professional photographer in Savannah, and he helped us choose the winners of this year's contest. I'll share my screen. These are some of Parker's photos. You can see his work is very much inspired by the landscape around us. So our winners in the black and white category, this is a photo from Janet Strozo Anderson, and it's of Scarborough Landing. You can just see the remains of the bridge there. Funny wildlife. We've got this tiny turtle climbing a tree here from Wesley Henley, no doubt at the mill pond there. Landscape is a beautiful moonrise at Kings Ferry Landing, sent in to us by Ted Gray. Plant life is this very large tree in the river near Morgan's Bridge. James Maddox submitted that one. This is a portrait entry. Montana Tom wrote in that she was out paddling and there were groups of other people as well. And she said there were 39 strangers who all left friends after a day on the Ogeechee. And our wildlife winner is William Harrell with the gorgeous barred owl how can you not love the barred owl? So as I say, please keep your photos handy and get ready to send them in next year. All of our winners or runners up and our honorable mentions are all on the website for you to view and enjoy. So now I am going to turn it over to Melanie Sparrow. She is our education and outreach coordinator, and she is going to tell us about the events that she's been working on, our volunteers, cleanups, and all that good stuff.
Hey y'all, I'm Mel. I am based in Statesboro. And can y'all see the slides or can you just see me? Slides? Nobody?
Nope, just you now. I'm sure Megan's working on it.
Okay. Well, I will share some lovely throwback photos with y'all in just a second here. So just to kind of kick us off, our pilot program for litter collection and data analysis started with the Don't Litter Lots project here in Statesboro. The photos on the outer edges are all pictures from our cleanups that we do. And the company that made our litter trap is Osprey Initiative. Don, wave at us. You'll get to hear from him soon as well. So he has been a great partner along with the rest of the Osprey team for this project, getting us started with our litter traps. And we've begun data collection and analysis this year in August. So that's what some of the photos are of people sorting through the things that we find in the creek. That's always interesting. And we also combine this with Adopt-A-Stream monitoring. So those photos in the middle are both from Adopt-A-Stream. One is from a training session, and then another is from out in the field. So we do chemical and bacterial monitoring with that program. And we've had a great turnout with these volunteer groups. We do bi-monthly cleanups here in Statesboro. And this is a partnership project along with the city of Statesboro, specifically the stormwater department, and Keep Statesboro Bullock Beautiful. We also have several community partners and a group of stakeholders who have been amazingly supportive, and we could not have done this project without everyone's involvement. So thank you to everyone who's been a part of this and to our volunteers. All right, next slide, please. So some other things that we've been working on are community cleanups. So those are more large scale than our Don't Litter Lots cleanups. The photo in the top left is from our Ogeechee cleanup in Evans County. So I worked with the Evans County commissioners to basically get permission to clean all of the river landings within Evans County and Claxton, and had folks from that area come out and clean. It was a great success. It was our first one in that area. And that bottom right photo is from a Rivers Alive cleanup in Hinesville. And that was a partnership with Keep Liberty Beautiful and the Hinesville Downtown Development Authority. So those were both really great turnouts. We had lots of volunteers show up for those things, and we put in a lot of work. And then along with community cleanups, we do education both in person with community outreach, such as farmers markets or tabling events at different locations. And then we also have a virtual library of free education resources. So feel free to check those out. And then we have in that top right photo, you can see two of our interns from our internship program, which started this year, as Damon mentioned. We've had 4 interns and 2 who are finishing up, actually 1 who's finishing up this fall and another who is remaining with us. It's been a great success, and I think that they've been able to get as much out of it as we have been able to work with them. It's been a really nice experience, and they are all from different local colleges and even a high school student. So thank you to all of our interns and volunteers. We could not do what we do without y'all. I can't say that enough, and it's part of one of my biggest joys of working with this organization. And we have, just to throw in a little stat here, we had more than 1,000 hours of volunteer service just this year alone. And we also have an Adopt a Landing program. So if you're interested in volunteer opportunities, reach out to us and we'll hook you up. Thank you. And back to you, Damon.
Thanks, Mel. It's very exciting to see what you've done with our volunteer program and getting people engaged even through the pandemic and finding opportunities and being creative and also starting the intern program. Thank you for your hard work. And with that, we'll open it up for Q&A. Are there any questions in the chat? If not, please submit your questions, or if anybody on the panel has any questions about any of our work or anything we have planned for next year, this is the time to ask them. Megan, you can also put my email in the chat if people prefer to email me later with any questions. Going once. Any questions? Also remember there's a link in the chat for the raffle. Definitely check that out. All right. All right. Thank you guys. Instead of questions, we just get some compliments, so we'll take it. All right. Well, if you think of anything, any questions or concerns, please always reach out to us. We want to be there and be responsive. So with that, we will move right into our panel discussion.